to 2026. I think that's the first time I've said that. It's pretty exciting. Let's start with some good news. Shout from the summit. I do want to spend just a moment to acknowledge Sarah Becker. She, as our Vail people know, um, is leaving as the MCA in Vail on Friday, and I just want to. Everyone got an email this morning, so check your inbox. I just want to acknowledge that and thank Sarah for everything that she's done to make Vail a great market center. Thank you, Sarah, for that. We're going to miss you. Anyone else? Good news? Things to share?
I'll start, Russ, with that. Just to piggyback on what Russ said with Sarah leaving, I think she knows this, but it's going to be hard, Sarah. You're going to be missed.
Absolutely.
And but some good news, some really good news here at Mountain Properties. We were able to recruit two new agents this month. Russ, we got Adam Blees from Live Sotheby's.
Yes.
And that's a huge win for us, and we're so excited to have him. He is ready to start the new year. He has got a good book of business. He has some buyers in the pipeline, and we're just excited to welcome him here. And we've got a also a great case score. Evelyn has joined us too, and we're just really, really excited.
I love that. I should also note that we've got 18 new agents who are working out of Greeley, and some of them are on the Zoom. So welcome to our weekly meeting. These are every Tuesday, 9:15 to 10. They're on Zoom, and we're glad that you're here. I can see some of you out there, Erica, and well, I've lost my screen here, but thank you all for being here today. So, any other good news to share?
I do.
Go ahead.
Welcome, Elevate folks. Sarah, best wishes on your next adventure. Congrats, Emily Files, for getting a really, really awful, weird deal done. Like right after Christmas. It was bananas. And she
all day closed.
Yeah, and she got it closed. Also, congrats to Kate Lay for getting her second deal closed with Top of the Rockies. And there was one other thing that I wanted to, I don't think Jay's on here, but I want to shout out to Jay. He walked in the door last December in Frisco and joined us hours later. He called me on his way home and he said he wanted to join us. And Jay has done what everybody wants to do. Is he has grossed over $100,000 in his first year of real estate. So big shout out to Jay. It's a really nice way to end and start the year.
I love that. Other good news? Anyone? Marla.
So I have a new listing, and it's pretty unique for the Vail Racket Club in that it was one of their 4 office spaces that was converted. So first level, closest to the Vail bus stop, and completely gutted down to the studs. So anybody who'd like to see it, I'd be happy to accompany you. There is an electronic lockbox, so you can just make your way through. Real high-end finishes, heavy solid wood doors, stone fireplace. So some of the features that you don't typically see at the Vail Racket Club.
Love it, Marla. Congrats on getting that. Chance.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Barely.
Barely. All right. Sorry about that. I'm driving to Frisco right now, but real quickly wanted to just say that great news. We have Top Flight has a loan officer starting in the Mountain Properties location this month. So very excited and super amped to continue to bring more value to everyone and and do what we do best, and that's be that partner for you all. So want to thank everyone for all the support, and looking forward to helping this loan officer grow and helping you all grow as well too.
Hey, I want to make a follow-up to that. I referred Chance to a couple clients here in St. Louis a few months ago. One went under contract and closed. That was my daughter and my son-in-law and my granddaughter, although she didn't bring much to the table for Chance. But Chance is really good at what he does. He took a situation that might be my second most challenging closing of my life, my daughter's, not because of my daughter, but because of the property. And his team persevered and handled many details with a very difficult condominium association. And it was a successful closing. And we're under contract with another one that'll close in February. So thank you, Chance, for being great at what you do. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
We're moving on. Some quick announcements. Hold on, let me get my screens to work. Top of the Rockies and Mountain Properties have team meetings next week. Top of the Rockies has a lunch and learn on the 14th. MREA Book Club, all are invited. That's on Zoom and will be led by Scott Thompson. So Scott, we're excited about that. Every Tuesday, productivity coaching with Katie Briggs in the Frisco office and on Zoom. Contracts with Rod Fishkin for our Vail people on Zoom. And there's an accountability group in the Frisco office every Thursday. Some save the date things. Jason Abrams is going to be in Denver. We sold out and then had to add 50 more chairs. If you want to get to this class with Jason, it's $49. It's at the Legacy campus down south in Denver. I can't remember exactly where, but it's in the Eventbrite, kwcoloradoevents.com. Hi, Brad. It's good to see you. Win with Sellers with Lydia Golesh is at the Vail Board of Realtors in Edwards. You must RSVP for that. We've got a very exciting regional tech event that we're going to give all details on next week, and that's on the 29th. That'll be virtual. If you're looking to hire or make your life a little easier, Wendy Papazan will be in Denver on the 4th and the 5th of February to teach the Leverage series. And James Shaw, perennial favorite, will be in Denver on March 25. If you're attending Family Reunion, I would love to invite you to dinner with me and our team leaders on Sunday, February 22. Date is picked, time and location TBD. Would you let us know? We're having a little challenge with the reporting from KW as to who's attending. I think about 5 people that are attending. If you're coming to to Family Reunion, email Marielle or Sarah at their KLRW emails and let us know so that we can get the dinner invite out to you. Speaking of Family Reunion, we've got an amazing lineup. CEO Summit on Saturdays, Neil Patel, Jenny Wood, Will Guidara, and Valerie Burton. Also, yes, that. Social Media Con is on Sunday. Gary Vaynerchuk's speaking at Social Media Con, which is really exciting. Ryan Leak will be the co-host with Gary Keller for that full day of digital marketing, social media, AI, and whatnot. Jay Shetty is our keynote for the main event at Family Reunion, and we're excited about that. I wanted to share some performance details. We've got more data coming out for year end next week, but just quickly, Mountain Properties had a great year in sales, 145 units, 161 million. We took 124 listings, and GCI was 4 million. We paid our agents about $4 million. Top of the Rockies, similar numbers, 385 in units, 311 million in volume, 311 listings taken, totaling 235 million, and GCI was 7.5 million. So our totals for this group, 530 closings, almost $500 million in sales, listings taken 436 and GCI of 11.5 million. So great job, everyone. We're going to be showing you numbers next week as to how 2025 compared to 2024. And the spoiler alert is we sold a lot more real estate in a really challenging market. So great job, everybody. Excited about that. Katie, is Katie here? Hi, Katie. Katie's got some productivity tips.
Hey there. Happy New Year, everyone. So my tips today are focused on sellers. I just want to give you a couple of quick action steps to help find some new sellers for this year. First, want to send a Happy New Year message. So message, call, email, whatever, to your past clients. Offer a CMA, market information, and something of value, but also just kind of a touch point and saying hello to your past clients. I would challenge all of you to pull today's expired listings or expired listings from the last 2 days maybe, and call at least 10. Last, pick a geographical farm area. Pick a neighborhood, pick a condominium building, whatever. Pick something, focus on that, and send out your first mailer or correspondence to the folks within that area. Those are my 3 little tips to get going and finding some sellers this year.
I love that, Katie. And as we all know, if you do make calls to those expired listings, you must call in a TCPA compliant way. Have to give the recorded disclosure on that. If you want help growing your business this year, you should have a conversation with Katie about what she, as your productivity coach, could do to help you increase your business. Katie, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Yeah, feel free to call, text, or email. I'll put my contact information in the chat right now, but around and ready and happy to help. Also note that I have a coach too. I think coaching is really valuable for everyone. And so I'm looking forward to adding some more people to the team this year. Thanks.
Thank you, Katie. All right, some recognition. We're looking at new listings right now. Summit new listings. Tony Giaccone's got a $3 million plus one in Silverthorne. Thompson Group, Chris Davis has a property on Fall River Road in Estes. Morgan Keeler, new listing for 2.8. I just saw Morgan on here in Winter Park. Great job, Morgan. Vail new listings. The Gold Team and Will, and this was discussed on our last meeting, I think on the 16th of December, they've got a beautiful property at 17.5 million in McCoy, Colorado. And if you want details on that, email Will or the Gold Team. Their website, their single property website for this is beautiful. It's a great property, gorgeous. Marla's got one, as she just disclosed, in the Vail Racket Club at 1.3, and the Fishkin team has a reduced property in Eagle Vale at 1.1. So reach out to your agents for those. I want to talk today, and I decided for our first lift of 2026 to talk about some things that we all talk about at the beginning of the year. And the content that I want to share with you is from a couple of my favorite books, and I'm going to show you those in just a minute. But, we were sitting around our Christmas dinner table, and, my daughter said, so what's everyone's New Year's resolution? Anybody have similar conversations this year? New Year's resolutions, what are you going to change? Anybody else besides me have these conversations? No? Some. All right, I'm getting some nods. I know that people are having these conversations because when I pulled up my gym yesterday on Google Maps and I looked at the, that little thing that shows how busy your gym is, you know what I'm talking about, the thing with the times, it was off the charts. And it was like 7 p.m. and the pool was off the charts because everyone decided to swim and take my lane, which makes me very unhappy. So I know that changing you is a big topic right now. And I want to share some thoughts around energy and habits. And as you can see on the screen, my proposal to you today is that energy is the currency and habits are the spending plan. Um, did you know that? Has anyone ever heard of National Quitters Day? Yeah, Carrie, what's National Quitters Day?
It's the day everybody throws in the towel on their New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, and various sources have the day pegged at different on different days. I've heard that January 16th is National Quitters Day. It's the day when the gym opens up again. I've also heard that National Quitters Day is the second Friday of January, which means it's a little earlier this year than January 16th. But we all know that when we set new goals, new plans, new motivation, most people end up in the same place in February where they were in December. Am I right? So I want to talk to you about how to make a difference this year. The new year doesn't change your life, but the patterns that you put into your life do. See, most people don't fail because they aim too low. They fail because they return under stress to the default behaviors. They return under stress to their default behaviors. So let's talk a little bit about energy. Energy is the currency of success. I believe that time doesn't determine your success, but rather energy does. And one of my favorite books, it's on the screen, it's by Schwartz and Lohr, and it's called The Power of Full Engagement. If you spend any time with me, you know that I reference this book all the time. And their proposition in the book is that time doesn't determine success, energy does. You can manage your time all day long and still underperform if your energy is depleted. You know, most people schedule their calendar and they set their goals and they track their time. But high performers, I believe, manage their energy first. They build routines that renew their energy daily, and they design life in rhythms rather than in sprints. And I think your energy is never higher, excuse me, your results are never higher than your level of energy. One of my favorite equations in this book is on the screen. Performance equals skill times energy. It's right out of the book. Skill without energy is inconsistency, and energy without skill is wasted effort. If you want to be successful, you need both skills and energy. You know, we're in a market where you're faced with lots of competitions, you know, hundreds of agents doing the exact same thing. Many of them have the same skills in the same market as you, but the opportunity varies often based on energy management and how you play the game. One of the key concepts in this book by Schwartz and Lohr is that growth happens during recovery, not effort. Growth happens during recovery, not effort. See, most people live in constant output. They never slow down and recover, and they wonder why they burn out in February or on the second Saturday of January. They wonder why they burn out early. High performers instead, they oscillate between stress and recovery. I didn't ask Ryan. Ryan doesn't know what we're talking about today, but I know Ryan's got a physical fitness background and helping people perform. And trainers know that you must oscillate between stress and recovery, because if you're always going hard, what happens, Ryan?
Yeah, it's the general adaptation syndrome, stress, response, adaptation. And, I always tell people this, this is a great analogy to what you're saying, Russ, is the minimum effective dose. You take an aspirin a day, it'll reduce your likelihood of having a heart attack. But if you take a whole bottle, it will kill you.
Exactly.
Or it'll make you really upset.
So high producers, rather than living in constant output, they oscillate between stress and recovery. High producers train their energy the way athletes do, and they respect renewal as a discipline, not a luxury. So where are we going with this? Well, I believe that your morning is either going to be for you a recovery ritual or a stress trigger that starts your day in deficit. Your morning is either going to be a recovery ritual or a stress trigger that starts your day in deficit. So I want to talk about 4 energy quadrants, and you all have seen this. It's in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and if you're part of the 5 a.m. club with Robin Sharma, you know all about it. And if you follow Hal Elrod, and I'm blanking on his book, but if you follow Hal Elrod, you know that morning really matters. Schwartz and Lohr say that there are 4 energy quadrants that you have to respect. Number 1 is physical energy, and this is the foundation. If this is off, everything else suffers. So what's the morning look like physically? Well, it's about sleep routine. And sleep routine is about recognizing that bedtime matters most. And bedtime comes before wake time. And if you don't go to bed at the right time, you're never going to get enough sleep. Number 2, hydration before caffeine. Like having enough water is super important. And most people live chronically depleted in terms of hydration. Number 3, movement. Movement every morning creates recovery for you. You can't outwork poor physical energy. If you're in poor physical health, you're not going to sell enough real estate to hit your goals. Number 2 is emotional energy. It's the quality of experience. Your emotional energy determines your optimism, your patience, your leadership presence with your clients and others. As far as emotional energy is concerned and morning recovery, the morning danger zone is your phone. It is the news. It is the email. And yes, I say that as a person that sent you an email at 6:24 this morning, Vale people, about Sarah. It is your social comparison that's done on social media. That's the danger zone. Now, the morning opportunity, the way that you can recover in your emotional energy is gratitude. It's stillness. For some people, it might be music. It might be intention setting. We've got to build up our stores of emotional energy in the morning. It's important to remember with emotional energy that whatever you feed first grows fastest. So if you feed the phone and the news and the email and the social media first, that's what's going to grow, and it leads to a lack of recovery and burnout. Number 3 is mental energy. This is all about focus and attention. Mental energy is about what you allow in. Your mornings are the time of day when your brain is the least cluttered. If you get distracted early, you'll be distracted all day. But if you reclaim your morning mentally, it restores clarity. The 4th energy quadrant, according to Schwartz and Lohr, is spiritual energy. And this isn't religious, although it can be. This is about tying into your values, tying into the meaning in life, tying into why work matters for you. The question here for spiritual is, who do I want to be today? And without focusing on spiritual energy, your discipline will collapse under stress, and success will feel hollow and meaningless, and burnout will accelerate. So the energy rituals that we're talking about, they trump willpower. In fact, Gary Keller wrote a whole book about willpower called The One Thing. And one of the things that he says in that book is that willpower is not on will call. Most of us don't have enough willpower to do the hard things that we need to do to make our businesses successful. So we have to focus on energy instead of willpower. Rituals that you build into your morning eliminate decision fatigue. And those rituals can be on energy restoration. You know, when I say rituals eliminate decision fatigue, nobody really thinks about whether they're going to brush their teeth today, right? You just do it because it's something you do every day. Not my son, but everybody else in the family. We just do it every day. You don't negotiate with your alarm. It goes off at the same time that you have it go off. You just do it. Mornings in 2026, if you want to hit your goal, should be predictable, repeatable, and simple. Mornings should be predictable, repeatable, and simple. So if you want to hit your goals in 2026, I think you have to decide if your morning is going to be an energy investment or an energy tax. If you're reactive in the mornings and just doing whatever comes, it'll be a tax. But if you are intentional with the mornings, it becomes an investment. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that you need a longer morning or a perfect routine or monk level discipline. By the way, Jay Shetty, who's at family reunion, former monk, you don't need that in order to be successful in the morning. What you need is aligned energy and small repeatable rituals and identity-driven habits. So energy creates consistency, and consistency creates identity, and identity leads to results. Energy is the currency of success. Habits are the spending plan, and your morning is where that spending plan is first executed. So energy explains why we struggle. Habits explain why the struggle repeats. I want to turn to a second book that I really love, and many of you have read it. It's been on the New York Times bestseller list for, it's not currently there, but it was there for a long, long time. Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits by James Clear is not about motivation. It's about designing a better spending plan for your energy. And there's a couple key principles in here that I think matter. One is identity. I spelled that wrong, sorry. Identity before outcomes. Identity before outcomes. Goals don't change your behavior. When you set your 2026 goals, they didn't instantly change your behavior, but your identity does. In other words, you can be a person who wakes up in 2026 and says, I want to work out every day. Or you can be the person that says, I'm going to be the kind of person who trains. Identity is more powerful than goals. I'm the kind of person who trains. I'm the kind of person who lead generates. I'm the kind of person who shows up prepared for listing appointments. Your morning is a daily vote on the person that you're becoming. And the morning is a time where you can honestly express who you are. Number 2 principle, make it small. Atomic Habits says that most people over-design their mornings and quit. But smart people don't worry about having a perfect morning. They just have a repeatable one. They talk in Atomic Habits about the 2-minute rule. And the 2-minute rule says start really small, because if you try to change habits with something that's super big, you're never going to do it. It's like the person that wakes up and they never run and they say, well, in 2026, I'm going to run a 5K every day. Well, that's just not going to happen. But what you could do is put your tennis shoes on every day, or you could walk the block every day. The third principle in Atomic Habits that I think is relevant to us is called habit stacking. And habit stacking is simple. It just says, after I blank existing habit, I will blank new habit. It's like this. After I pour my coffee, I will read a page in a inspirational book. Or after I brush my teeth, I'll do 10 push-ups. Or after I sit down at my desk, I will write one page or one sentence in my journal. In other words, you take something that you do every day that's become ingrained and you add to it something that you desire as a new identity for yourself. It's called habit stacking. It's about not relying on motivation. It's about attaching a new desired habit to an existing older habit. The fourth principle in atomic habits is this one: environment beats willpower. See, morning success is usually, sorry, I forgot to take that second line out. Apologize. Morning success is mostly decided the night before. Environment beats willpower. If you want to have a great day, the night before you lay out your clothes, you prep your coffee, you get the phone outside the bedroom so that you can sleep without distraction. Environment beats willpower every time. So I want to share a couple takeaways from this, a couple things that I think if you want to hit your goals in 2026, some simple changes you can make to your mornings, and you can do them right now. Number one, redesign tonight, not tomorrow morning. Before you go to bed tonight, decide what the morning is going to look like for you and put all the things that make it easier into play. This is my office, and my wife sleeps later than I do. I stage my clothes right over on the chaise lounge next to me every single morning, and it's the workout clothes and the clothes for work. And if I forget to put the workout clothes there, guess what? The workout doesn't happen. So you stage it in the morning. You design tonight, not tomorrow. Prep the coffee so that you can get moving, and keep your phone, as mentioned earlier, outside the bedroom. If you wait to change tomorrow until tomorrow, you've already lost. Second thing, choose one 2-minute habit and attach it somewhere else using the same script I just used. After I do the thing I always do, I'm going to do the thing I desire to do. After I pour my coffee, I'm going to read the page. After I brush my teeth, I'm going to do the push-ups. After I sit down, I'm going to write in the journal. Consistency beats intensity every time. The third thing that you can do right now is decide who you're going to be in 2026 and think about it before you go to sleep. Don't wake up and hope to be disciplined. Decide in advance. Ask yourself, what kind of a person do I want to be tomorrow? And maybe it's, I want to be a disciplined professional. Maybe it's, I want to be a person that keeps promises to myself. Tomorrow morning is a vote, and you got to make it count. So summarizing all of this, energy is the currency of success. Habits are the spending plan, and your morning is where it gets done. Those three takeaway items are three things that I think could move you into 2026 more successful than 2025. I appreciate y'all being here today. We've got a special guest next week. I'll be sending out an email soon on it. Have a great rest of the week. Let me know if you need anything. Take care, everybody.